My name is Chris Davis. I am 31 years old and I'm a primary school teacher. My day begins the same way almost every day. I wake up at pretty much 7:10 on the dot, and from then I come downstairs. I'll have my breakfast, and my breakfast is always the same. I'll always have a bowl of bran flakes with some raisins and some kind of nuts inside in a sort of attempt to be healthy, because other aspects of my day are not so healthy. After I've had my breakfast, I'll quickly dash back upstairs, wash, brush my teeth, get dressed, and I'm out of the door by about 10 to 8. From there, it's a 10-minute drive to work at the primary school where I work. I'll get there about 8 o'clock, and I'm normally the only person in the building, one or two other figures ghosting around at that point. And I'll go to my classroom, and I'll spend a lot of time pacing up and down, very nervously, for the 24, 25 children, depending on who's off sick, that will come into my class that day. And once I'm all ready and prepared, the bell will ring at 9 o'clock, and in they will pour. After we register, about 9:15, then we're looking at some literacy, some reading, working with books, texts, poems, plays, things like that. I've got two groups in my class. One group are reading a novel called The Thief Lord, which is massive and incredibly challenging. The other group are reading a book called Jammy Dodgers on the Run, set in Victorian London. Less challenging, but more enjoyable, I've noticed. And after I've sort of calmed them all down and done lots of shouting, we can commence work. And once the work is done, we'll have a break about 10:30. I'll spend my playtime alone normally in the class, again, nervously pacing up and down, looking at some jotters, staring out the window into the playground, watching the children batter lumps out of one another or play merrily, depending on how the mood takes them. And then 10:45, playtime is over and it's into maths, which is a bit more intense because I have a smaller group of children, but they are much more unruly, they're more animated, it's more chaotic, and that's good and bad. We work on a programme called Big Maths, which is a nightmare because it's brand new and I don't really know how to use it. And we do lots of counting, we do loads of times tables, all the sort of stuff that most people would remember from their days at school. But it's so electronic, everything's on smart boards now, and it's iPads, and it's children timing themselves to see how many questions they can answer in 30 seconds. It's intense and it's demanding. And after maths, about 12:15, that's lunchtime. And lunchtime, I will habitually have the same lunch every day. I will have a sandwich on brown bread with cheese, tomato and reggae sauce. After that, I will also always have Monster Munch flaming hot flavour and a Kit Kat Chunky, which I kind of have to have, or I get a bit like a guy who's not had a coffee in a few hours, who loves coffee. 1 o'clock, the children are back in and madness commences yet again. It's topic work, it's artwork, it's music work. To give an example, we're working on something like the Romans, let's say, and we'll spend a lot of time speaking about the Romans and engaging with what we've learned the day before, what we want to learn today, and more importantly, is there anything we've not learned yet that we wanted to learn? So maybe a kid puts up their hand and says, oh, the Colosseum. And okay, we're going to talk about gladiators. I normally have that pre-planned. I'm normally guiding them into that, but sometimes they can throw a curveball, as it were. And yeah, you can go to some unusual and interesting places. I spent about an hour once talking about the whole of Gladiator to them, which was pretty much a waste of time, but we had fun. After that, 3 o'clock, home time comes, and I'll stay and work till about 4:30, 5:30, something like that. Then it's the shops, Tesco. I'll buy a beer, I'll buy my dinner, and then I'll make sure I get home pretty sharp. I will have a cup of tea, normally Earl Grey. I will then maybe have my beer before dinner to kind of whet my appetite. I'll spend some time in the evening writing. I like to work on novels that I pour a lot of myself into. They're all of quite poor quality, I can assure you. And then after that, it's dinner time, where my lovely wife will prepare a meal for me. Not because I'm sexist, but because she tends to spend more time at home, working from home. So she has that little bit of time to prepare. And then it's winding down for the night. I'll maybe watch television, I'll maybe play the PlayStation, something like that. Bedtime, 10:30, 9:30, and then I'll read. I'll read scary stories. I'll read horror novels. Something to just kind of take the edge off and kind of explore something different that I haven't been able to explore during the day because I'm spending my day so kind of straight-laced, behaving myself for the children. And then normally it's lights out, conked out, about 11:30, 12:30 if I'm lucky. Next day, wake up, do the whole thing again.